mistakes. Real love, we thought, but it was always on fire. Our house, our dream. We were dancing on wire, reckless it seemed. I never felt like this before. When I was trapped, you showed an open door. I had no reason to complain. I didn't have the words to explain. I never felt like this before. When I was trapped, you showed an open door. I had no reason to complain. I didn't have the words to explain. Then we were dancing on wire. Yeah, we were dancing on wire.
Oh, it's your favorite bird friend. It's India Swift.
Whoa.
Oh, it's your favorite bird friend. It's India Swift.
Whoa.
Oh, it's your favorite bird friend. It's India Swift.
Whoa.
Hello and good morning. How are you all doing?
Wednesday.
How are you doing, India?
Cold. I'm cold. I've just grabbed a cup of tea, though, so I'm like warming my paws on it.
Warm them paws.
My hands, my wings, my fingers, my paws.
Ula is also
To the
doing
windows, to the walls.
I didn't realize that had more lines to it. Ula is also doing Wednesday alongside us.
Doing Wednesday.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
That it's also Wednesday with Ula. Wednesday, go away. Come again another day.
Yeah, I've added the fan art gallery to the welcome screen.
Why, it's beautiful, Michael. The most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, you like it?
Yes.
Cool.
It's quite pleasing to look upon.
Oh look, it's Ula's animation again.
Hey!
She ran.
You never watch it. I didn't hear the sound that time.
It was there. It's just slightly quieter.
Ben, you skipped Wednesday. Why would you want to? I want it to be Tuesday again. Because of the strange stream schedule this week, I feel like it's Tuesday today. Because yesterday was our first stream of the week.
Yeah.
But I'm morning, so it feels like it's Tuesday today instead of Wednesday. How are you doing, Mike? Did you sleep okay? Did you get to sleep fast night?
Yeah, pretty quickly. I think I woke up at one point during the night, but I don't know why, and I just fell back asleep again.
Ghosts?
Yeah, ghosts. It must have been.
Yeah.
It's probably Buffy.
Ghosts that wake you up and then are like, oh, I'm sorry.
I had to move Buffy in order to set up the bed, and she quickly jumped back on.
She's up there now.
She...
Still on the bed. Sleep looping. Straight loafing. Oh, that. Oh. Barbara says, catchy.
Yeah, you got your screen ready and everything, India.
Oh. I think I do.
You think you do?
I don't expect anything to happen on it for 5 minutes, so while I drink my tea.
Oh, okay.
Me try and pull my mic up closer. Haha.
Oh, it's your favorite bird friend. It's India Swift.
Whoa. Yeah, it kind of feels that way sometimes, Eula. Like, it's not so much what day it is, but is it weekday or weekend? I love seeing Mike dissolve so much.
Kawa did a good job.
Oh, she sure did. You hadn't seen that anim. Isn't it awesome? Honestly, bird feet are extremely good.
Bird feet.
Yeah. Like, I like my booties, but bird feet are extremely good.
Here's a hype tweet for the stream today.
The hype tweet.
Yeah. What are you giggling
I'm
at?
giggling at the fan art.
Oh. Well, let's let you watch it for a bit then.
It's all so good though. Ooh, ah.
Do 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 do. Ba-doom 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 ba-doom. Do ba-doom ba-doom ba-doom.
Well, just feel free to put over to the screen so I can see what you're up to.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
I saw that you started modelling a room yesterday.
No, didn't. Not
You
showing
did,
it.
you
Not,
posted in the peg bar and tagged me.
not showing it to
You gotta
anyone.
show it. I'll throw something at you.
Okay, I hit the button then.
I thought you were telling me to. I was like, I don't have the button.
Oh, cool. I also have the button to start up our avatars.
They're not here right now.
I know, I just pressed the button to start them up.
No, I was just laughing because it was like we have to wake them up separately. So are they? Yeah, are they ready? And is my stuff working? Is the question.
They're not properly ready because they're still in the same state of like they'll float around and stuff, but like the room around them isn't set up for where they're positioned anymore.
No, I just meant will they float around?
They'll
'Cause
float.
I've tried to detach myself now, but I don't know if my controller is hooked up and working. That's a good point. I could just spam bombs and see if that works.
That didn't sound like it worked.
No. Da-do-da-ba-ba-boo-ba. Mike is gonna
What the
make ourselves an airship
fuck?
room to stand in. Mike is angry now because the controller's not working. You know,
Guys, I fixed this yesterday. I had to restart my computer to do it. If your computer, if you're telling me that you don't work after sleeping,
I have to restart it again. I won't make you restart it while we're streaming though, don't worry.
mhm,
Uh-huh.
sorry guys.
Don't worry, Mike. We know it's fiddly.
Ah.
If it's a restart issue, then there's nothing we can do about it. So.
You really don't work. Oh, it's your favorite bird friend. It's India Swift. Wait,
Playing in the
it's
background.
playing in the background.
Well.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it did that. Hang on.
I guess we need to add a button to deactivate it or something.
Yeah, I need to. There it
Unless
is.
you can get it to do it automatically.
Okay. Properties. Shut down when source not visible. Okay.
Yeah, well, I was joking with Mike that if people hear it, they're gonna think that we're on mic.
Okay. So then we go back to here. Cool. That should be better now. Cool.
So don't worry about like trying to get it to work, Mike. If it's there.
Yeah, I've stopped trying to get it to work.
So show me the environment you were making.
No.
What?
No.
Why?
Well, you show your doodles that you did of it, and then I'll show the model.
Those are in the Discord.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to scroll and find it.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Here we go. This is the idea that I pitched Mike. I thought it would be funny if we had things to, we had a room to bounce around in, and other objects also could get flung around by the bombs. So this is what I thought. And then Mike posted an image, and I was hoping he would share it with us today. So I guess he's feeling sassy and doesn't want to show anything.
It's not that. It's still wanting to give people the context of what it was.
Yeah,
Because if you just saw my thing on its own, you'd be like, okay.
you could always describe what it is. With your face and your words. Wow. Cubes! What are you doing? Stand
What?
on invisible walls.
Yeah.
I see you.
You see me.
I see you.
You see me doing
I see it.
things. Okay. So this is the room that India pitched.
For a second you thought the text box was part of the image. And you thought it was weird that I had thought to add the text box. Nah. That's just there. Just hovering there. The room! There it is.
And this, I thought it might be nice if I made a couch we could both sit on.
Oh,
Rather
that's
than
nice.
two. Rather than two.
You don't want an armchair.
Oh.
Maybe our own Doig armchair with antlers.
And we could put cushions on it as well. An armchair with antlers.
Yeah. And I can just have a pile of sticks in a corner.
Your nest. But yeah.
Ball print cushion.
But this is just a quick model based on India's thumb that I did yesterday. You're curious how they look like ragdolled. In
Yeah,
order to
me
do that,
too.
in order to do a ragdoll, you need to have a rig because you apply. Basically, you add collisions to particular bones, and then you like turn off their animation.
But our
You
characters currently don't have rigs.
Yeah.
They're just models, so they bounce around like plastic figures would. With the couch float too? For sure!
Yeah.
Also, congratulations on your squirrel friend. That sounds adorable.
You have to put bones in your couch.
Yeah, I guess so. I have to put bones in the couch, there's no choice. It's the only way.
I'm pretty sure there's a way to get text in Blender. I wonder if there's a way to get like a font.
I noticed that the windows, I think they should have arches at the top. To make it feel more shippy. You know?
Shippy, huh?
Yeah, and less like a front room.
Shippy.
Mm-hmm. Shippy.
Okay.
That's what you did couch of bones once, did you? Gotta get them bones in them couch. Submit John's first album name. We still have that up. I wonder if I'm allowed to. I'm probably not allowed to, even though I'm a mod, to adjust them. Can you have things that float past the window too? Yeah, we could have birds or clouds. Smudge, thank you so much for the follow. Flowery Smudge. Because the
Thank you.
idea is that we're in the air. So we could have like mountaintops passing. Or treetops.
I mean, it would probably.
Treetops would definitely convey that we're in the air and moving.
Yeah.
With stamps smashing through the window. We could just have stamps already in here.
This would be the welcome screen, I think, is what India was thinking.
Yeah. I was thinking it would be the waiting screen. Yeah. Don't make him like they used to. get rid of those rewards eventually when Mike has a sec. Oh, it's nice to have a hot drink. Man, I'm so cold. It's cold where you guys are? Tell me about your hot temperatures. I need to live through you. I'm also really considering whether we should get Balin's Wonderworld.
What?
Is it called Balin or is it Bolin? I keep thinking Bolin is the character from Legend of Korra, so I don't want to call it that. I think it's Balin?
Is it a game? What are you talking about?
It's the game by Yuji Naka.
Oh.
I showed you part of it. I showed you Snapcube playing it.
Oh, that weird thing.
That weird thing.
No.
You don't think? It looks so interesting though. It's such a weird combination of really cool stuff and really disturbing stuff.
Darkvolt says, I don't like what I've seen from Balin's Wonderworld.
No, I don't think anyone does. I think the people who played it like it the least because apparently it feels awful. But I'm kind of fascinated with it. Like, I do think it's got some really cool stuff in there. It does feel super Dreamcasty. Hellfield illustration, hello. Morning. Back in my day.
Did you see the quotes I was putting from the stream on Monday, where it was like, you've always been very dad.
I saw you sent me one via
DM. Yeah.
That's the one I saw. Were there more?
No, it's just there was similar vibes in the convo, but that was the one that I picked out and sent to people.
Toefield illustration. Are people fascinated with pimples? Really?
Oh no.
Oh, fascinated in a way that like the game visually, like the lighting and everything is really gorgeous, and there's some really cool stuff in there, like flying whales that like fly around. It looks like it should be good, but then there's these strange touches about it, and I can kind of see what I think Yuji Naka was going for. You know, from the way I see it, it looks like every stage, and this is my theory because I've only seen the demo, but it looks like every stage is like the story of someone's life or a look inside their mind. So the world is based upon their mind, kind of like Psychonauts.
Yeah.
Which is why they appear bigger and smaller throughout the world.
Right.
Like around the locations.
Yeah.
You know, and each location is kind of based upon their personality or the story that they're telling. And then the reward for finishing the world is to see that play out. But there's just some really weird stuff in there. Like the fact that everyone in the world is like dancing and then they disappear when you get close. You know, the strange warping effect visually of the world unfolding as you run through it. The sticky controls.
Sticky control.
Yeah, like it looks like the controls don't feel good, you know?
Oh no.
They don't have good game feel.
Oh no.
Thank you, Ula. Ula says, "Wake up! Wake up! Go brush your pimple, makeup! Had to go to take away the shake-up!" I never knew what those lyrics were before. I used to always just go, "Wake up! Makeup! Shake up! Why'd you leave the kids up on the table?"
Did you hear why did you leave the kids up on the table as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shiggle. You wanted to. You wanted to. He had to Google it. No one knows what those... He said it so fast. How does he speak so fast? How does one speak so quickly? What's his name? Started his name. Started a solo band. What's his name? Hold on. I gotta look it up. I don't think you trust in my self-righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die. Serge Tankian. That's who you are. Look at you. You hated that song when it was popular. I wanted to, but I couldn't deny how good it was. It's like, good in that very particular way that Save Me From Myself is also good, where it's kind of laughably edgy in a way, but it's so ding-dang catchy. Like, the rhythm of it,
Save me from myself.
and the melody of it.
Yeah.
Makeup. Check up.
Shibba-da-dabba-da-ba-
Wait,
what?
check up. Wanted to. It's so catchy. So yeah, I wanted to hate it, but I couldn't. It was too fun. Anyway, I should go and do those sit-ups. 1 sec. I will return.
Where are you going?
I gotta do sit-ups.
Oh, shit ups. Okay.
I just accidentally said shut-ups, but I gotta do them. Why did you want to hate it when it was good? You wanted to! Yeah, because I guess it didn't feel very trendy to like something that was just everyone liked and it was good. Like I was in a pub when I was in college, and it had one of those machines where you could insert the money and then choose the song that played. And I chose Bring Your Own Bomb by System of a Down. And my friend was like, noob, you chose a super popular one, of course you did. And I was like, I like the song! It's popular because it's good! I'm sorry I didn't choose like a really deep cut from the album just to show everyone that I know System of a Down songs, but I just really like this one. It's really catchy, I can't help it. I should have chosen a more less well-known one to show I was a true fan. It's like I could, but I want to hear this one.
Forget about silly gatekeeping. Just listen to what you like.
Forget about it. Yeah, I wanted to.
That would have been the most amazing comeback. Oh, you put that on.
It would have been. I should have.
I wanted to.
Why'd you put that one on? Because I wanted to. Oh my god.
You figure it out like.
Why'd you put BORB
15
on the
years later.
karaoke machine? I wanted to. Yeah, I figure it out like 20 years too late. Well, I didn't go to college when I was 10, but
You're also not 30.
I'm barely 30. Like, I'm not super in there.
Okay.
I didn't go to college when I was 13 either.
Yeah.
If you want me to be super accurate, Mr. Pedantry.
No!
Sir Pedant of the land of pedantry, riding in here on your horse. You horse whose name
You're
is
a horse.
specificity.
You're a horse, okay?
Riding high up on your horse of specificity with your lance of
Justice.
no, not justice, of smugness. I don't know, there was another word for pedantry, but I couldn't think of it. My brain failed me.
Because I'm a specificist.
You are. Sonic Boom wasn't on the jukebox.
I just
then.
like conveying accurate information, okay? And you have a habit of elaborating.
I have a habit of simplifying for the good of the stories.
Oh,
I
I see.
simplify so that, like, it's a nice round number that's easier to say and faster to get the point across. but then I have to spend 10 minutes afterwards explaining because I was 3 years off.
Terrible. Terrible.
That feeling when you go to karaoke and you look every time for Crush 40 songs and there aren't any. Does anyone else know that feeling? You're like, you want a good old open up your heart, or City Escape, or Live and Learn, and you don't find any. You know what you do find?
Joy.
Nelly, I love you, ooh, and I need you, ooh. I love you, I do, and it's more than you'll ever know. Hey, good morning, Tib. I like that song called Chop Suey. La 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 la. Ah! It's so good. So catchy. Hot damn, Sismo down. How'd you get so catchy? Last time I went to a karaoke place, I couldn't even find any like good old NSYNC or Boyzone. Was Westlife one? That sounds right.
One what? A boy band?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Westlife. What a great name. Westlife. Wait. Boyzone. I'm just now thinking about the names.
What the actual names were.
Boyzone. That's great.
They're all pretty
That's
terrible.
good stuff. NSYNC, like, props to NSYNC for actually having wordplay.
S Club 7.
There ain't no party like an S Club party, mate.
Sure.
S Club! Yep. They used to play that in the school hall at lunch. It's gonna be me. Is that how it goes? I think I remember something about it going, it's gonna be me. The ID part sounded like your brother's nickname. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Man. Innocent days. I mean, for me, because I was a kid. But probably not for everyone else who wasn't a kid. But for me, innocent days. Cotton Eye Joe. I'm blue. Dabba-dee dabba. Watching reruns of Take That. What was that the name of it? That show.
You're just like someone. You're like one of those wind-up toys that someone pulls back and lets go, and I'm just letting you go.
No, Take That was a band, I think. What was the one? Top of the Pops. Watching reruns of Top of the Pops with my dad, and they would play songs from like Top of the Pops in the 70s, and they'd be like ABBA, and ABBA would be like Mamma Mia.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I would just be like, Mamma Mia, man.
Yeah. And I'd be like, wow, one day that's gonna be me on that Top of the Pop stage. Waxing lyrical. Voguing to the camera.
You remember that one that was like, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah?
Ting Tang. I hated that one, the Witch Doctor one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated that one.
You started singing it though, just now.
No, I didn't.
You said Ting Tang after I said it.
Ew, oh yeah.
It's in your brain now.
No, I know it, but I don't like it. It has that vibe, doesn't it, Tib? I am just sitting in my rocket chair. I'm sat here. My rocket chair? It's a whole new concept that I like. Sitting here with my tea. Reminiscing about days gone. Remember when we used to be able to go outside I remember.
You remember when we... Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Sorry, Tib, but I love Bohemian Rhapsody. It's just so fun to sing. It's like System of a Down. Yeah, I don't feel. I thought that you were making a joke. That is Biob. Eiffel 65. I forget that. What did they do? What about Aqua, Barbie Girl? Man, I didn't like Aqua. I'm sorry. But I greatly appreciated the music video. Oh, I know that one. Freestyle, rock the microphone. Do 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 do. A freestyle. I remember that. I remember rolling. Rolling. Come on. Rolling. Yeah. No, you'll be loving this right here.
Right now.
No. No, Michael, it's rolling. That's not it at all. Oh, something else. Oh, is it? What's that one? Freestyle. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da. I'm a rap. Ba-ba-da-da-da. My whole way home I am. Freestyle. Ba-da-ba-da-boo. Today's topic is, well, feel free to pitch in with songs that you remember, Tips. I can say if I do or not. Look, some days I just need to sit with a cup of tea.
Yeah.
And exist in this egg chair. I call home.
I wrote a tweet about today's stream and told them what you would be doing on it because you said yesterday that's what you would do today. And as I was writing it, I was like,
she won't be.
I don't actually know. Yeah, she'll be doing that.
I will be doing it. I'm just warming up. Literally. I'm drinking tea and getting cozy. That's nice, India. Now off to bed. That's nice, Gran. Now why don't you go off to bed? Here, have a nice cup of tea. Go on. Go and get into bed.
Treat yourself. I think I literally did say that to you yesterday. I was like, how's it going? You're like, oh, I'm tired. I was like, go to bed, nap, rest. You're like, no.
I really hope that if I'm ever in an old people's home, that I'm like, blue dabba dee dabba die, and I'm like dancing.
Aww.
I have a blue house with a blue window. And all the caretakers will be like, what? No, you don't.
She's all for rockers
well,
again.
It's my color. I think that I would know.
Oh yeah, because old people of our generation will be like that. I remember when they invented the internet.
Were you there?
You're just sitting there in your chair making dial-up noises.
It's a joke, you wouldn't get it. Caretakers. Too young. Do you remember when they played 1 Week by Bare Naked Ladies in the Digimon movie? I didn't! I don't remember that. I guess I don't know the Digimon movie well enough. Sounds cool though. Old people will be singing la 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 ah. Oh, I hope so. I hope we can make an old people's System of a Down choir together. Put the song on. Which song? You know the one. Blue dabba dee dabba die. Yeah. That'd be great. I'd like that. Do you remember when M2M sang Mirror Mirror before the Pokemon Mewtwo movie? I don't! What? What is that song? Did the Digimon movie have All Stars by Smash Mouth? No way. Tib, verify. Your Majesty, you have enough of the good luck money hole. Well, I mean, you could spend the Doggle books and get some luck. What's the name of the choir? I need some kind of name for an old person beginning with D.
Deirdre.
System of a Deirdre.
Dorothy.
Hey! Your Majesty redeemed good luck money hole. Blessings be upon you, Your Majesty. Good luck follow you all the day. Good fortune on your Wednesday. You're gonna be super lucky all day now. It's guaranteed. It's a money hole guarantee right there. Anything good that happens to you today? Thanks to the good luck money hole.
I added a cushion to the couch and I've added your window arches. Am I free, master?
Show me your window arches. They're not what? You call those window arches? Not window arches. What do you mean, are you free, master? What would you rather be doing?
I don't know.
Choose. Tell me.
I don't know.
I'm interested in what's so much more fascinating than window arches.
Well, I kind of started modeling the peg bar.
When?
Last night.
We could say it in the peg bar if you wanted.
It's over here.
Joe.
Oh no, I deleted it. Anyway.
You delete what? Started modeling and then deleted it.
Yeah.
Wait, do you have it? Saves the one?
Yeah. Just invisible. So it's not really done though, but it's like me modeling what in my head the peg bar is. So
Show us.
I'll show you when it's more done.
Show me. You were about to show us. Show us now.
Aww. Then I got scared and then it wasn't there because I'd forgotten that I'd turned the visibility
Well,
off.
that's what you'd rather be doing, so show us.
Oh.
Tofield said, someone get Vincent. He's standing in front of the old folks home wearing a black trench coat again. We're all going to be so edgy, old folk. It's going to be great.
So, my idea for the peg bar is here.
Save me!
It would have an entrance. I haven't done this side of the room yet.
It's a cog.
Yeah, kind of. So it would have a central bar here, and then there'd be like seating around here. I haven't got anything in there for scale. So then it would have little nooks around the edge. It's kind of based on a zoetrope, a little bit.
Oh, clever.
And so you'd have like different compartments and rooms around the edge. Yeah.
That's super cool, dude.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Are you going to have windows in those nooks?
Yeah. And booths for sitting and stuff. And places to work.
We should have 12 stained glass windows, each one representing a principal.
Do you want to know how many sides this has?
12?
Yeah.
Yeah!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah! So you can choose which nook you want to sit in.
Yeah. Stained glass windows is a pretty good idea. I like that.
Think of think. Confession time. I've never worked on animation with paper. You know, that's okay. It's pretty common nowadays. But I do recommend it. And not because I necessarily think it'll teach you anything. More just because it's fun. Like the sound of the paper and the feeling of the paper is really fun. It's nice to flip. Ula says, don't listen to India. Highly recommended by me. It does teach you to plan better. Yeah, it's a lot less immediate. You can't undo or skew your lines as much, so you kind of have to commit. You know, you can't rely on the tools to help you through so much. I just love it for the feeling of it though. Like, I really want to get a traditional animation desk, even if I have to kind of make one myself. When can I get a place, I'd love to have a traditional setup in there, so I can just I can chill out, put on some lo-fi beats, and do some fun animation.
That'd be really nice.
Yeah, don't Google pegging thingy. You have a traditional animation desk, Your Majesty. Your dad found one at a local Goodwill store. No way! Oh my goodness, do you know how hard those are to find? Well, my dad might be able to help me, Cofield. My dad is a boat builder, so he's very familiar with building things. And I'm sure that he could help me build an animation desk. I don't know if I'd want to ask him though. He's meant to be enjoying retirement. He refuses. He keeps designing boats for people. But for 30 bucks! Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. That's amazing. Did I have one for uni? Yeah, we had them in uni. We sure did. It wasn't so much a desk. It was more just like, you know how you can get those drawing stands. We had some drawing stands with the rotating circular plate in them.
Oh, cool.
That you could just put on any desk. I can easily order it online. No way! No way! Don't believe you. Hold on. Animation desk. Looking. Look at these beautiful desks. Oh, 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 oh! So beautiful. These are the kind that we had. Let's see. Let me put up animation desk. Buy. And let's have a look. Animation desk for sale in Rathfarnham, Dublin. Let's have a look. Oh, it's sold. It was only €30 though. It looks like they might have built it themselves. Ha! They totally did build it themselves, didn't they? The look of a build-it-yourself animation.
Have you seen Ula's link?
No, hold on. I'll have a look. Oh, damn. Okay, let me see. Look at my very descriptive link. Animationdesks.com. Hold on. Hello, everybody. My name is Colin Johnson, and I am animationdesks.com. I've been making animation desks ever since I was a classical animation student at Vancouver Film Festival School. I needed a desk to work at home. Definitely this is when I noticed the demand for desks was there and I was happy to fill it. I've sold many desks. Hey, yay, yay. Here are some photos. Okay.
I think it's the ones that you can put on top of a desk.
Woof! So it's going to be $270 plus $60 for shipping and handling. But I don't know if they ship outside of US or Canada. I'm assuming they do if Ula's linking though. Yeah, desks shipped from Canada worldwide. I'm just gonna keep this tab open. You know.
When you say animation desk,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I have in my head.
Yeah, I mean that would be
one of these.
that'd be beautiful, but that would be thousands of dollars probably.
Look at these cool pull-out drawers.
Sure. I mean, that's the kind which I would have in my dreams, you know? But the kind I'm expecting is the fold out kind.
So cool.
Super cool.
I wonder if they like. They must have designed like what would be the ideal kind of setup for working on like. It's almost like you can see the empty pages going over to finished pages. Each one of these is a shot. Or are you okay over there?
I have a mighty need. Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine my hands picking up those pieces of paper and shifting them over.
Aww.
Smell it.
Oh.
You can feel it.
Oh.
Oh. Want it. The longer the 3D models just sit there and T-pose, the funnier it gets every day. We've sent them for rigging now, so it might still be a little bit, but eventually they're gonna have bones and stuff. I'm just looking at animation desks now.
Yeah. Drawers with drawers. Why is it so cool? Does anyone else get like excited by the concept of organization, your clutter and stuff?
No, I definitely do. Like, I understand you, my friend.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can put bits in here and compartments and
Oh,
stuff.
it's so good. Yes. Yes, please.
It feels like Batman's utility belt in furniture form.
It's just like there's space for everything.
Oh, sorry, I just punched the microphone.
I am one of those infuriating people who loves to have things neat, tidy, and organized so much, and yet I'm a super messy person.
Hey.
Ula says, all I see in a big anim desk is this is going to gather a lot of dust. No, it's not! It's going to be loved and caressed and polished and used every day.
I just realized again, like, you were working at the desk that I got for myself years ago.
Yep. You're working at the desk that I got for myself years ago.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
Yours is better than mine was.
Is it? Mine's smaller than yours.
Yeah.
That's why I gave you mine.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll fit on here. This is India size. It's a corner desk. Frustratingly not in a corner.
Yeah.
But it does create a nice little lip between Mike and me that we can put stuff on.
Like the stream deck.
Except he hasn't put the stream deck on here. Because it's a bit cluttered. At the minute it's got my flight stick and my flight stick. And a bunch of masks.
Are you going to set this up ever?
The flight stick?
Yeah.
I am. I just haven't been at the computer much lately because I've been thumbnailing on
Oh,
my
that's
iPad
that's
instead.
true. That's true. It sounded like Scream Deck. Yeah. But look, India. Do you want to be NDA'd?
Oh, I'm sure. Wow.
And then on the NDA.
Oh. What if I was getting changed?
That was fun.
Oh, Your Majesty, if I was going to do it, I'd just buy regular printer paper. It's slightly harder to animate on because it's thicker, so it's harder to see through as many sheets, and it's also slightly smaller, but it's heck of a lot cheaper. Like, buying punched paper is expensive. Buying a puncher itself is even more expensive. I just use printer paper and a regular office hole punch, and the two peg bars that you can get from chromacolor.com that fit any office hole punch. Yeah, the paper punches are so expensive. It's not worth it. The paper punches are probably more expensive than the animation desk would be. Like, better just to get an office hole punch.
Anyway.
Yeah, peg bars are easy to get a hold of, luckily. The paper is also kind of easy to get a hold of, but it's expensive. And it's more expensive if it comes pre-punched. But paper's paper. You can just use any kind of paper. It'll all be fine. Well, Bubbles, at least you know what it's like to use the proper stuff. Like, as soon as you don't have access to their hole punch anymore, though, you're kind of stuck. Yeah, 2 hole peg bars are what I have, Martina. And it's great. Your Majesty, I think that's actually like a pretty good... That's a pretty good piece of advice. Like, that's just like using onion skin. You know, I tend not to use it when I'm doing keys or anything. I do use it for in-betweening though. And for place and trace. Rula says I got a bunch of free already punched paper when I worked in a studio downtown in January. That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, hole punches for binders are like... I don't know how much they are in America, probably like $2 or something down at your local stationery shop. Yeah, like Hula says, light table is really good for close in-betweens, but you probably don't want to be using it when you're just roughing in your animation. It's easier to feel it if you don't have the light on. You know, feel it, feel it, feel the vibrations.
You're gonna go to the loo? Okay, bye. Hello. Turn up the speakers. I think they should be at a good level. Press add to cart and all that stuff in India's page. Sure. Export FBX. No, file. Export FBX. I need to set selected object. There we go. Otherwise I'd get all the gobbledygook and the lights and stuff as well. There we are. Oh. Okay, I need to flip the normals, I think, on that part. Alright. Did I miss? Okay. Okay.
Hey, I'm back.
Welcome.
Thank you for bearing with me while I potted around and drank tea and talked about old songs.
It's okay. That's okay. There we go. Got the room.
Got a room! Maybe, you know, in my dreams, in the VR model that we're gonna make where we can all hang out in VR, I'll have an animation desk. And that's how I can fulfill my dream. Having an
Oh.
animation desk.
Yeah, you totes can there for sure.
I just want to go become a hermit. Make animation. Just go to the...
Aren't you already a hermit that makes animations?
I guess so.
You just mean have your own space sort of thing.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's just like there's a weird conflict where, as an animator, like, you want to work on all the cool projects, and you want to get well enough known that people think of your name when a project comes up and want to work with you. You know, you want to be part of that movement and that life and that industry, so that you're present to all this stuff happening and you get to get involved in it and meet everyone and like be part of that world, as Ariel sang. You know, you want to...
I listened to that yesterday.
Yeah, like you want, but also there's this duality where part of you also just like doesn't want to get well known, just wants to make your own stuff, not have to respond to emails, not have to like answer to anybody, and just sit in a hut somewhere
Yeah.
and make cool stuff and not have to be like beholden to schedules, anyone else's vision, and just have fun with it. So just
Yeah.
like this weird duality between wanting to be a hermit and wanting to be like part of what's going on.
Maybe it's the kind of thing where you are a seasonal animator.
Yeah, you just have like contactable parts of the year where you're like, okay, every single year from January to July, I'm not contactable because I'm in hermit mode and I can't work on anything. But soon as July comes, like, contact me because I'm available for work and I want to get involved in everything.
We're not here to fight. We need your help.
Even though literally
Hey,
every
Dark
time we
Rising.
talk to you, you double-cross us, kidnap us, or threaten to destroy everything we love.
Maybe we are here for a fight.
God!
Dark Rising, thank you for the raid. Man, it feels so good to have that sound working again.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Thank you, India, for pushing me to do it.
Oh, hey, I could have done it without you. You're the one who actually did it. But yeah, thanks, Dark. How was yours? How was your stream? How was your thing? What were you up to? Yeah. I mean, I know that we're not working via the controllers right now, but can you manually detach us, Mike? So that we can float around?
No.
But I want to be free.
You want to be floating around.
I want to break free.
Well, what I could do is add a keyboard shortcut or something in code, and then do, if it works with keyboards, do it that way. Or maybe just add a little, oh no, adding a button on the UI is beyond me as well.
I have this thing with effects where I feel like I never go big enough. You know, I never push it far enough. I feel like I'm a little bit, what's the word where you like hold back? Timid about it, I guess. I feel like I could go way bigger with these.
Yeah, go whole hog, India.
The whole hog and nothing but the hog.
Okay, save.
So Mike,
What?
I got a question.
Hang on.
Hmm.
I've set it so that we should be not kinematic when the scene loads. So if I run this, we should just be able to float.
Hula,
Okay.
are you able to say what you're working on now? I'm so curious. It's okay if no.
No, it's not based on our actual home at the moment, but it's just something India came up with.
Yeah. It's more like our ideal home. Like, since we can make it whatever we want, we might as well make it like something we'd really like, right? Oh, thanks for the link. That's awesome, Hilla. Let me follow the person. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you've been working on. Oh wow! This person's done stuff for Rise of a TMNT, Hell of a Boss. Wow, some incredible looking anime. Alright. Alright. Now, people who are in the chat, go and follow this person. I'm gonna have to look at their stuff afterward.
Look at their stuff now to get reference for what you're doing.
Oh, actually, you know, that's not a bad idea. Okay, I will. I was gonna ask you though, Mike.
What?
I spent a little bit of time so far kind of talking about my dreams and hopes and desires
Oh,
from
don't.
having an animation desk to being a hermit.
Yeah.
And I want to know if you could design your own room on the Doigswift airship, the Good Ship Adventure. What would your ideal Doig room be just for you that you could design?
I don't know. That's a big question. Not really, but it's one that requires some thought, huh? I probably have something where, like, if I wanted to, I could open up the big windows to see outside and look across, like, if it's in an airship or a landscape, but also be able to, like, pull down the shutters when I need to color correct stuff. That's cool.
Man, effects animators are so cool. They just have this like vivacity and life to their animation. I think character animators who start off first as effects animators like tend to have much more exciting spacing. I really want to watch what this is from because I recognize this character as one of the tests we saw on Twitter of really, really solid character animation. Hey, Zete Absoluta. Cool, cool, cool. Okay.
I probably have a whole bunch of desks for different purposes that I could wheelie chair around to.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A desk for every purpose.
Yeah.
A bathroom but filled with Jaffa cakes. I mean, is that really your ideal room? Would just be a room of desks?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd have thought that you'd have, I don't know, had a bear cave or something where it was all about solitude.
No.
I'm surprised.
No.
So what kind of desks would you have?
I don't know. But I'd want one where it was like a
Surgery?
big old circular, like a big circular custom built thing, like around, like a big either horseshoe shape or something. Like a I guess it'd be like a bridge of a ship feeling, but more sci-fi than old school. And a big old monitor and a Jaffa cake dispenser. I really want a Jaffa cake now.
Is it like too depressing to talk about ideal homes?
No? Why?
Just because like talking about dreams is like, in one way it's kind of motivational and fun, and in the other way it can be kind of sad if you're kind of stuck in a place, you know?
I'm currently stuck in a place due to the world, kind of.
Increasingly I'm unsure if I want to go to Canada or go to LA.
How come?
Just because, like, you know, if I'm gonna get to keep working with the people I'm currently working with, including, you know, JJ,
Yeah.
I would really, really love to be able to, like, actually hang out in person with people I'm working with.
Yeah.
I do intend to continue freelancing, but, you know, I kind of miss working with people.
What you mean is you're not unsure about both of them, you're unsure about which one you
Yes.
want prefer. Right, I get you.
Yeah. It's just that America comes with so many things we don't want from the place we live, like the terrible American healthcare system,
Yeah.
the fact that you have to kind of drive to get anywhere, LA prices apparently being like through the roof and terrible, but the people is the problem. Like, I want to be where the people are.
I think, well,
But like Canada looks like just a really nice place to live.
that's what I was saying. Thinking, Ula, Ula's like freelance, but you go there for months at a time and still have your own place somewhere that you'd like. So it's like
Yes.
you go there and hang out for a bit.
Oh, Ula, that would be incredible. Maybe that is the dream. To like go over there for like 4 months or something,
Yeah.
and then return to the actual place. It sounds like for that though, it would be easy.
Sorry, he says that is my dream. Don't take my dreams away.
I've stolen your dream ruler. It's mine now. You can never have it back. You sacrificed it to the stream gods. I was just gonna say, I suppose for a dream like that, it makes more sense to actually own a house though, because you wouldn't want to necessarily rent a place that you're not inhabiting
Yeah.
for a large amount of time. And we just don't have the savings to be able to buy a place.
Oh hell no.
Like, not even close. That is the dream though.
Yeah, like if the people you want to visit or hang out with are working all the time anyway, it makes sense to be like, I'm gonna come see you for a week.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over there and like, if I can work in the office for a month and a half, that'd be awesome. And we can hang out.
Yeah.
And then I'm back to working long distance.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Okay, what am I doing?
I don't know, what are you doing? Why don't you tell me?
I think I need to fix the force on the cannon. You know what? I'm gonna expose that variable so that I can just change it on the. There we go. Wait! I didn't make it so that they could. Oh. Wait, why are we down in a corner now? Ah, okay. Looks like I have more to fix.
Wait, where did we go?
A bomb went off and we went flying.
We just gone.
But I don't understand why we're gone. Oh, now I do. Okay. Okay.
I can't believe you've done
I
this.
can't believe I did that either.
So I guess when it comes to like staying in LA, you'd either have to like bunk in an Airbnb or something.
Or
'Cause
stay
they
with
will-
friends. But
Yeah,
that's impeding.
yeah, stay with friends. Because you won't be able to rent something on such short term.
Mm-mm.
This is why you need a camper van. Just drive your camper van over.
There we go. That should work now. Although I didn't fix the. Fuck me. I didn't fix the cat. There we go. There we go.
Yeah,
You happy?
I'm never happy.
You just like
I'm just dead.
he's just like down into the corner.
Oh man.
Don't talk to me, I'm angry.
Please watch this clip, it's 5 seconds long. Okay, I'll watch it. Hold on. It's good. It's good.
Did we just disappear?
Yeah. Fun, fun, fun.
Alright. It does mean though that we don't have any buttons to reset ourselves.
How would you feel, Mike, if I were living with you in Canada, and then I like flew away for a couple of months?
I think I'd be okay with it.
Would you want to come with, or would you want to stay?
I'd probably want to come with you if I could.
You'd be welcome to. Like, of course you'd be welcome to. Just you wouldn't have to,
Yeah, maybe not every time then.
but you'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Don't leave Doig alone.
Someone would have to look after the cat.
That's true.
But if it wasn't you, then we'd just have to like actually make friends with neighbours, and we'd probably have we'd probably be close to either Zeb or Renee. Then maybe we could ask one of them.
Mm-hmm. Future planes.
Yeah, just good to know what you'd be okay with in terms
Yeah.
of like us living. Just a living. It's a living. What about you guys? I want to hear your living dreams. What are your guys' hopes for the future in terms of where you want to live? What kind of place you want? Can the entire Pegbar live together in a mansion? I mean, I'd love to have like an animation studio. Mainly because I think a lot of the big studios out there have like really kind of outdated practices.
Yeah.
When I buy my Glen mansion, man, I wish. Bula says I want a small house and a barn that's an Atli. Atli? An Atli? And a climbing gym. A climbing gym would be amazing, right?
Climbing gym would be so good.
Yeah, you could just go out anytime. Like, I drool all the time over the fact that people in America often have pools, at least in the LA area, and I'm like, imagine having a pool.
Just outside your house.
You could just go swimming anytime and it'd be warm enough to do it. Like, what kind of crazy dream is that? Can't even comprehend. Oh, Your Majesty, coming in with the secret corridors. Heck yeah. That'll be it, right? You'd want to build a house with, like, a bookcase where you pull a particular book and then the wall swings open. Tinker Fink says I wanted to move to Sweden for a long time. But honestly, first finishing uni and starting my own life here in Berlin with my own money feels better and safer. I live with friends who do cool stuff. That's awesome. And Berlin is beautiful. I want to take Mike to Berlin.
I've been to Berlin.
I want to go with you then. I didn't get to experience your reaction.
It was cool.
I wanna.
I think Berlin was one of my first experiences of like just going somewhere with friends in Europe.
Oh, really? Like that wasn't part of a school trip or anything?
Mm-mm. It was just a bunch of us at university were like, let's go to Europe.
Oh, nice. You had a good time?
It was okay, yeah. Like the place was great. We found a bar that was Western cowboy themed, and everybody was wearing Stetsons, and that's where I first discovered the song "She Totally Gets Me." She thinks my tractor's sexy.
Nice.
Yeah, it was alright. It was pretty cool. It was nice to travel.
What was not good about it?
There wasn't any super downsides. I think it was just like it wasn't a super close group of friends that I was with. It was just kind of people I knew at uni. They all knew each other way better, so I think if I were to do something like that again, I would go with people that I was like a closer knit group of friends.
Mm.
That's all. But when I heard they were going to Berlin, I was like, I want to do that. So
Yeah.
I tagged along.
Well, I mean, you always could have become strongest friends with them for going, so it was worth it.
Mm.
Ooh, tree fort. Yes, and a home movie theatre. That sounds incredible.
And a slide.
And a slide.
You're just like drifting underneath your nameplate.
Perfect. I can see my mouth.
You don't work in the end.
Oh yeah, I don't work. That's okay.
Wait, is the wall that close? Shouldn't be that close. I like it when you're super close.
Me too.
Yeah. So I still have to do effectively our own version of Streamlabs alerts.
Yeah.
If I go for that.
Do you have any idea of what you'd want for our alert?
Nope.
Because we don't really have our own stuff.
No, I know.
And to be honest, I'm not sure that I have time to make stuff.
Yeah.
Like just making this this intro is already pretty time consuming.
I remember Laura made that little thing of you hugging me as a plush, and when she was telling me about it, she was like, it could be an alert.
It could totally be. We could commission like a bunch of friends,
That's true.
you know. See if people wanna help out for a bit of cash.
I mean, you're currently making what would make a cool little short thing.
It'd be nice to have something specific though.
Yeah, something bespoke. Did we get started on the intro?
This is it.
Yeah, like we got this channel trailer that India's doing, but we could probably use it as an intro video as well.
Oh, you mean specifically for Twitch?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know what? I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna make a bomb spawn. Not a bomb. A box spawn every time someone follows
Okay. How come?
to see if I can.
Alright.
Be a literal alert bot. Aha. Uh-huh.
Aha! Aha! Your Majesty, I don't remember stuff like that, but mainly I think because I was an only child, like I couldn't really get away with shit when it was just me on my own doing it. Parents would have gone spare if I'd flooded the bathroom. They often said that I flooded the bathroom just from the fact that I got into the bath and splashed water around everywhere. But it wasn't really.
Trash bot. Bring you up to the top. Bring this down to here. Oh.
Oh, what's this? Ring a ding bling bling. Let me check it out. Really coolly reanimated. Wow. Wowzers, wowzers. It's a heck of a thing to reanimate. Imagine finding a friend who adores cleaning. Man, I would feel bad all the time. So wouldn't you? Like, if my friend was like, "I'll just clean your kitchen," I'd be like, "Oh!" Now I feel even worse for not cleaning the kitchen. You shouldn't have to do it.
I knew someone who would pay a friend to clean their, I think it was their bathroom and their kitchen and their living room.
What was it like?
I-
Sounds like it would be really awkward.
Yeah. I never, I was like, oh. Nah.
Imagine if you will. Oh, your mum did it with one of her friends. Maybe it's just that as someone who hates cleaning, I'm like, can I imagine a fate worse?
I'm just
Whee! Just having a roll.
battle. Okay, do that. And...
You're thinking you're being a good guest. I mean, you are being a good guest, but it's like too good a guest. Like, it's not your job to clean. You should be able to put your feet up to the guest. It's like your parents visit, and they always insist on like cleaning everything. And you're like, no, I can clean it myself. It's just that I'm not cleaning it right now because I want to make sure that the time that you're here I spend with you, not cleaning stuff.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's like I'm letting the dishes just steep in the sink because I'd rather sit and chat to you than go and do the dishes. But nah.
I did notice that on Raid Go, it does actually do like, let's raid the person that we've decided to raid. So I got that right, that on Raid Go was like us raiding someone else, which is pretty cool. The unfortunate thing is it happens as the raid occurs rather than as the raid is launched. But we'll get there.
Yeah, if I earned super well, I'd definitely pay for someone to come over and clean. You know, someone whose job that is, who's taken on that job path. Just because it saves so much time and it's so convenient to have someone come over like once every 2 weeks and just give the place like the old go over.
Mm-hmm.
It still feels slightly weird to me though. Like, obviously, people who are cleaners depend on people like me to be like, house needs cleaning. But
Oh yeah, like they depend on people not cleaning their own homes.
well, they depend on you like wanting someone to come over and give it the once over. But there's something about the fact that you're paying someone to do something that you should be doing yourself but aren't.
Yeah.
Like, your home should be your responsibility, part of me feels. So, even though there are people whose jobs it is to clean, I still feel weird about it just because I'm like, man, they're doing something that I should be together enough to do myself. It's kind
Yeah.
of like having a PA is the most convenient thing in the world. Like someone to screen and open your emails and let you know which ones are important and like organize your day. Like that is the dream. But then another part of me is like, you should be able to read your own emails. You should be able to respond without needing a PA to do it for you. So it's like, even though having a PA would be like the dream because someone could help me organize my life, I'm also like, feel like I should be able to do this.
I think there's a matter of like, there's kind of like, you want to be able to show that you're self-sufficient and independent, and feeling that that's part of it.
Strong, independent woman who don't need no PA.
So I'm adding something really silly.
What is it?
So I've made a bit ball. And I'm gonna try and make it fire a very bouncy ball. And the force of the ball is gonna be based on the amount of bits that is
Okay.
resent. I don't know if I'll keep this, but I just want, like, I'm trying to think of something that would be fun in the short term to test that it's passing the correct information. Yeah.
Ugh.
Let's see.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it's a matter of convenience. It's like, if it's gonna make your life that much easier and free up that much work time for you to just have someone else come and take care of it, then I'd say it's probably worth it. I just still have this weird conflict about it in my head, but I do think it's like worth the money to save yourself time.
Save.
Shout out to all the mums who like come in and passive aggressively hoover while you're trying to do something.
Yeah.
Like, extra points if they would try and hoover over the top of you while you were doing it.
Your parents are interesting in the sense of like, they both want you to relax, but they also want you to like work and do well.
Yeah,
So
there's
you
like
get-
a duality between take some time off, like you need a break, and why haven't you done this yet?
Why isn't the project completed yet? But remember to take breaks, but also go outside, but make sure you're eating enough, but you know, you got to get the project
Gotta
done.
work hard, but
You
also
should
have
relax,
fun.
India. Have you done your taxes, India?
Oh, don't mention the taxes. I feel like that's a lot like what I'm like too, though. I don't know whether it's because of my parents or not, but yeah, I'm also very like, you need to relax, Mike. But did you do this? By the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like when you're on the sofa and you're reading a book and then you feel like you hear your mum come in with the hoover and she's like not just hoovering but like actually banging it against table legs and stuff as she's doing it and dragging the plug across the floor in a really loud way, and then you like feel her start to bump it against your feet. She's hoovering and you look up and she's not making eye contact with you and you're like, oh. Sorry for reading. Do you want a hand, Mum? The best is when you're like, it's Saturday, finally I can lie in. It's like 10 AM. And then your mum comes into your bedroom with the hoover while you're in bed and starts hoovering and you're like, I wanted to lie in! I was trying to relax on my Saturday. She's like, it's 10 o'clock. Should be up by now. I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna hoover. Hoover your room while you bury your head under your pillow.
Okay, this needs a rigid body. Glad I remembered that. If you had a bouncy ball, would you want the bouncy ball to have gravity on it?
I think so. Otherwise, it wouldn't be very bouncy, would it? It would be more just floaty.
Okay, let's test this one. Turn it on, turn it up. Yep.
Yeah, you could build a habit of just doing cleaning while you do something else. Like, I have a thing where if I'm cooking something,
Okay.
I'll tend to clean the dishes while I wait for it to cook. I'm like, well, I can't do work while I wait for it to cook because it's going to be ready in 20 minutes. So, like, there's no point getting into work, so I might as well just put on a podcast and, like, load the dishwasher or something.
Is it more fun when the ball, you could see it wasn't just a flat color on the... Is this more fun, being a material where it's spheres and it's got a little highlight on it? Okay. I'm gonna run this. Sorry, floating up. This might get real stupid.
Get stupid!
Can I give bits to my own channel? Probably not, right?
What is the current song? We don't have the song displayed anymore.
No, it's broken.
Okay. We'll have to get that working.
Oh, you can't give... Oh, okay.
Can't give bits to yourself.
The last song would have been Love for the Ocean by Pastis.
I clean the bathtub when it looks like it needs to be cleaned. Like, you can tell when it starts to get that watermark, and you're like, okay.
Does anyone have one bit they want to throw at me just to test this?
Michael,
What?
how about I throw a bit?
Can you throw a bit? You throw a bit then.
Yeah,
Go for it.
Because I'm us.
Yeah,
Let's
well,
see, how do I do this?
you're India Swift, so you can probably do it. You'd have to pay for the bits.
Yeah, but at least we'll be paying for it. Yep, bit. Buy 300 bits for $3.33. I can buy 100 bits for $1. Do that.
Okay.
Give me a sec. Here we go.
Hang on. Don't do it yet. I might have not hooked this up yet.
Well, I'm gonna buy the bits and then... Oh, wait. Yeah. Receive a text message is fine. Where's my phone? Oh, one sec.
No, I have. Oh, you have to choose to go and get her phone. Okay. While she does that, let me rebuild. Rebuild this. Did you spare any bits? Mostly I'm just trying to sanity check whether I've set this up properly. So I created the bouncy ball, and I've hooked it up so that it should, upon the trash bot recognizing that a bit has been sent, spawn a bouncy ball from Doig's cannon, the force of which is based on the amount of bits, but it's just one, it fires it like a force of 5. I'm not keeping this. I just want it's like the shortest reach I can make for like something to happen. It's just fire something else from a cannon. I don't think India knows where the phone is. The force on those. That didn't work. Okay. That's lame. Why did that not work? Thank you, pal bro. Did it work? Why wouldn't that work? I should add a console thing. Oh, I can't because it's in the actual build. Mm-hmm. Post to the listener. Knows that, knows that, knows that. Oh, why would it not? I don't think India's been able to find her phone. Oh dear. What am I doing? I'm trying to get something to happen when a bit is sent. Unless it did. And we just didn't see it.
Sorry, I couldn't find it.
You couldn't find it?
No, I put it in my my nighty pocket yesterday night and went to bed, and I don't know if I took it out somewhere or whether it's in the bedroom, just like down the side of the bed, or I had a look around the bed but I couldn't find it. It's not upstairs, it's not in the bathroom. Is there no way you can just like trigger a fake alert? I feel like that should be something that you should be able to do.
Yeah, but it's I don't think so.
What if
What if?
you set the conditions differently
Yeah.
while you test it,
Okay.
and then you can just like change it to bits when you know it, like the code is working?
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. I just have it attached to something else until we know it's good. Have it attached to someone saying a particular word in chat or something.
I can try that, yeah.
Oh yeah, Darkbolt's saying the same thing. Cool. It says, I'll give you some bits if Doig admits the existence of stomps. He never will.
Who said that?
Time.
Stomp,
But
Stomps doesn't exist.
I knew it.
It's
See,
fabrication.
don't give him your bits. He doesn't deserve them. Wait, so tell me, like, take me through this again. Your idea is that when someone gives bits, bouncing balls are gonna happen.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
I don't know. This isn't.
I mean-
message.
Bits are not something that we, like, super often get. So I don't know if it's best to use your expertise to maybe program in something that happens more frequently on the streams. You know?
Like what?
A raid train.
They don't have. They happen like once every 2 months.
Well, we had
Or
one
something.
yesterday, or the day before.
That's true. I don't know. I feel like your logic is sound, but your example is not.
Okay, well, take my logic then.
Okay.
You know, you could do something that's tied to a subscription or a follow
Yeah.
or something, you know?
Yeah.
Remember Bit War. I mean, I do think we should have something for bits just in case. I think we should have something for everything. I just think that maybe you should do them in order of either which idea you have that you think is the best and most appropriate for something, or the most frequent. That makes sense. Let's see. Darkbolt says I can imagine when bits are given, maybe shoot out a billboard that puts the image that's been used for the bits. Palbro says Stamps is offended that you refuse to acknowledge the existence of his cousin. Ben, have fun on your walk.
Um. There was something. Yeah. Need to do boom, boom, boom.
I'm just adrift.
Okay, so
I was coming up with ideas for stuff we could do on holidays yesterday.
give me 1 sec. I'm testing something.
That's okay, I'm just talking to chat.
Okay.
I'm not talking to you. I've already told you. I was thinking we could do stuff like on Halloween we could turn the bombs into pumpkins, and on Christmas we could turn the bombs into presents. Stuff like that. Could be super fun.
Well, the balls work.
They do? Oh, so you have to put ball. Okay. Can you activate it?
It's working on my test scene inside of Unity.
Make the test scene the scene.
No,
Why?
because I'm testing stuff.
Come on. Just
You-
while you have the balls working, you can keep testing stuff. Wow.
No.
Why?
Because it. Oh yeah, the bombs. That's what I want to know. The bombs totally like bounce the balls.
Come on. Please. Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't I? Because
Yeah.
it's madness, India.
Come on, do it. Do it, you coward. You cow. Do it. Yeah. That side means I won. You doing it? Mike!
I'm thinking like the bits thing should have worked as well.
Mike though. Launch it, relaunch it. So we can use the ball.
Okay, I want to try.
Hashtag Stomps exists.
Heck yeah, he does. Palbro, thank you so much for the bits.
Thank you for the bits, Pablo.
Thank you.
That would have been 5 times 5, which would have been 25, which should have launched it really far.
Are you not gonna let us?
I am gonna let you. I'm just trying to. I'm debugging something, and you're like, just run it. I'm like, oh.
Sorry. I thought you could just press like stop and then play again, and it would do it.
File, build and run.
I don't know how these things work. It sounds like some kind of children's show music.
We are some kind of children's show, though.
No, don't say that. We're not appropriate for children.
Fuck! There, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. What? I don't even know if yours would have worked.
I don't know either. Just try again. Yeah. This is great.
This is what you wanted.
Yeah, this is everything I wanted.
Okay.
Thanks, Mike.
This is badness.
Yeah, well, I mean, this was your idea.
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna limit. I wasn't gonna like 1 ball per bit. I could do that, Habbo.
That would be awful.
That would
Please
be
don't.
absolutely awful.
We should not do this. This is a really bad idea.
Yeah.
But for one night only, you guys can see what it would be like by having the power to generate balls.
If we my idea, Habbo, would be like, oh, they could be pretty glowing orbs. Yeah.
What's your idea, Mike?
My idea was that the force that they were fired from was based on the amount given. So, you know, or the scale, or, you know, just the amount was also an option.
Yeah, I have to say, I don't like it.
Yeah, fair.
I'd rather do something else for bits than just have stuff generate into the scene.
Me too.
Like, I think the bombs are super cool.
How many ones do you think it would take to crash? I have no idea.
Let's find out. I think the bombs are super cool, but I'd rather than keep generating stuff to appear on screen, which makes it kind of harder to see what we're doing. I'd rather we kind of augment what we already have there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, I would probably have our little avatars react to it and
Yeah.
do cool stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
I could do it so that you get given a knife if someone says knife.
I mean, you could. I feel like changes like that, we should either hook them up to events or have them as rewards. Because one thing, like, I really like the bombs a lot, but I think we should keep them to the start screen when we eventually launch this as an actual thing. Because one of the things I wanted to avoid was having the chat be filled with spam.
Yes.
Where every time someone says something, something happens with the avatar. So all the chat becomes is just people saying stuff to make the avatars do stuff.
Yeah.
And all that cool, like, communication we have with our friends where we get to, like, talk about actual things
It's
is
just
gone.
become
Because it just
ball.
becomes ball, knife, bomb.
Ball. No, I agree.
So I think it's, like, super fun and cool, but I think we need to limit it to certain places.
I agree. Yeah, we wouldn't want to spam the chat.
So having sessions like this where we get to test out how many balls there are is awesome. Ball. Habbo. Oh, I thought it was Habbo was you. I thought Habbo was just copying and pasting balls in. Oh my gosh, there's so many. I want someone to, like, raid now and just be like, these people sound cool, but I've never seen their stream before. It's just balls, bombs, and floating characters. Oh my god, yeah. This is it. This is what we've always wanted to stream.
This
to
is
do.
what we've become now.
Yeah.
You're getting pelted by the ball, by the balls now.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Will. Don't mind what's happening on the stream. How are you doing?
I'm testing something out, Will. And I can. Thanks, Habbo. I can't tell if that worked at all now.
Who knows? We'll never know.
I can write the code for that. I think for here it would be for man, for loops. God damn.
Yeah, so Mike's testing out some stuff,
No,
and
man,
he was seeing what would happen if he generated a 3D ball in the scene every time someone says ball. So that's happened now. I don't think it's improved the stream any, but it's happening.
Oh yeah, there's no kill script on these balls.
On the balls, they just go forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Well.
You wanted this, India.
Yeah, I mean, you either die young or you live long enough.
Do you remember when I said, do you remember when I said, I'm just testing this out? And you're like, no, make it live.
I'm so happy though. Like, it's the end of all things, but I can't say I'm unhappy. At the end of everything, hold on to ball.
I'm just enjoying seeing you get punted by the balls as they come and collide with you.
That makes sense. We need one ball in play and for us both to have rackets. And every time someone says hit, we swing the racket. And to try and play a game of tennis with a delay.
You just said you don't want the
No, I
chat to be...
I never said it was a good idea. It's a bad idea. We shouldn't do it. I just think it'd be funny. Like, you shouldn't spend your time doing my ideas because my ideas are not fit for the actual stream, but they would be funny once.
Someone did recommend a basketball hoop.
They did.
I guess the way you would do that is you would have two triggers volumes, one above the hoop and one below. And if a ball passed through the top trigger and then to the bottom trigger, then it would score a point.
Why did we want this?
I didn't want this. I kind of did.
We kind of did. Everyone kind of wanted it. You see coloured balls now.
Just randomize the color of the
Yeah.
material.
Hmm. That's all we need, and then it's complete. You know what it is? It's a snow globe.
Yeah, it's a snow globe.
Spawning Jaffa cakes. And then when Mike gets close enough to one, he's like, "Whomp."
I love programming.
You're very good at it.
No, I'm not. I
Aren't
just
you?
I
You
just
just
forgot
did-
what the structure of a for loop is.
You say you're not very good at it, but you've managed to make balls spawn into the scene when someone in chat says ball. So I think that's pretty awesome. And not a lot of people know how to do that. So I think you are good at it. You should accept that you're awesome. And embrace it. But you have so much power in this domain.
Okay, I figured out what a for loop does.
This stream is going ballistic. Amazing. Bravo. You got a lot of balls, Doig. Bravo again. Brilliant. That's a good joke. That's pretty baller. Amazing. Stupendous.
Okay, I'm not making this one live, but
Ooh, Mike. I'm
what
joking. I was gonna pretend that I was gonna be
this
like,
code
"Make it
here
live."
is like basically a for loop is like for everything in this amount here, do this code. So if the thing is, so it should fire 5 balls each time the command is written. Okay, I've got my scene here. Hit play. You won't be able to tell because of all the other balls in front.
So many fan clips of you guys saying balls. It's true.
Yeah, that totally worked. That fires 5. And so, okay. So, if I add a... Where's the bit ball? If I add...
The bit ball.
I do have a kill script for these.
We're inviting you all to the bit ball.
I wrote a script called Destroy Time.
Nice. What time is it, Mike?
Destroy Time. Apply all.
I mean, would you be interested in playing Baal in Wonderworld, Mike?
A little bit.
I'm a little bit nervous because a lot of much better players and streamers have done it before us.
That doesn't matter. That should never matter.
You know, Mike, you're right. You're right.
Bigger streamers are just
Biggest streamers. Yeah, you're right. They are. They're just bigger streamers.
yeah.
Yeah, we should do what we want to do.
And the people that want to watch them will watch them.
I want to play Baal in Wonderworld.
Okay.
It looks frustrating.
Do you know how bigger streamers got to be bigger streamers?
By being smaller streamers first.
No.
Oh.
By consuming smaller streamers.
Oh, no, I'm scared. Do we want to draw their attention, Mike?
It's
what
like-
if a big streamer comes along and consumes our small stream?
It's like the Moving Cities books. What are they called?
They'll consume all of our balls.
Mortal Engines. That's what streaming's like.
Should have known.
Thank you for following.
Thank you. Only ways. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Sports! Sorry, Ula. You left and it all went to heck. You should have stayed. This is why. It's because you left. What did you expect us to do? We all panicked. All order is gone now. Ula left us. Very scared what this lighting is going to look like. I should play it. I should play it. I'm scared. It's okay. If it's not good, I'll just make it good. Not a big deal. Alright.
So what should
No,
I
it's not
turn?
so bad. It's not as bad as I was scared it was going to be. But I think it could still use a little bit of panache.
Okay. Goodbye, balls.
Goodbye, father.
Hello, more balls. If anyone wants to test this with the bits, please try. You missed the balls. No! Okay, they fired balls instead. Never mind.
You're right, my friend.
Now I can't tell! Because you all hit... No, never mind. That was my own fault.
You should have known.
Now they die after 10 seconds. Ha 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 ha.
Why are you like this?
Cool.
I can add some lightning frames that are bigger and a second layer of lightning. Okay. I might try doing that then. Like I said, I always feel like I go too small with effects. I always feel like I'm too held back with it.
Thank you for the follow, but I like that your name is Space Garbage Stream, because I kind of feel like I've just coded something that is like jettisoning space garbage, because it doesn't have gravity on it and we're just floating around. So I'm glad that we appeal to your sensibilities in particular.
I require for this to be, there we are, a different drawing.
I'm currently building a stream overlay, and hence why our avatars are floating around. Abo says, "Oh my gosh, animation is so fun. Oh my gosh, so fun."
Animation is so fun. I love it. You get to make things happen with drawings. What the heck? Make things
You're right,
alive.
my friend.
Hashtag stomp sexists.
That's really not working. Okay, thanks. Thank you for...
Dumb them sexists. Wait, are you trying to do a bit thing?
Yeah.
Could you have it not triggered by bits?
It's triggered by both. So people
Okay.
can say ball, people can say...
Okay, good to know. I just want to make sure that people aren't having to like spend money to
No.
test this out.
But the bits one in particular isn't working. Oh. Oh. This might be why. Oh shit.
You're being sarcastic. How about why? It is amazing. Animation's the best. The absolute best. The greatest of all time. Feels a bit better. Only a little bit. But still,
Okay.
it makes it more interesting to watch, huh?
Oops. Oh well, there's just okay. Cool. It dies after 10 seconds. Cool. That I think that should work now. In theory. Yeah, because it's listening to bits events now. It wasn't previously doing that.
Hey, even when it doesn't work, we at least learn a bunch from it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think I've ever done an animation that's just worked right first time. I'm a trial and error kind of animator. I need to do it wrong in order to figure out how to do it right. Or at least figure out how to do it passably. I feel like every time I animate something, I'm animating it for the first time. I can use what I've learned from other stuff, but I still feel like I have to kind of relearn everything all over again, depending on what it is. But it's a fun art form in that way, and also endlessly frustrating.
How do you convert a string into convert string into int?
Yeah,
Or
they're
into
doing
float.
justice for these. That's awesome. I would also like to get into the habit of doing so. So I will.
Oh, float parse. Okay. So if I do float dot parse, if I type it correctly, float dot parse this. Yeah. Save. Cool. And then if I run this, turn this off, press play. Balls 1000.
Oh, Habo says, how do I animate 10 seconds detailed acting shot with 6 characters on screen in 13 hours?
Didn't work.
Oh my gosh, Habbo. First of all, you give yourself a big pat on the back for taking on such a complex theme. Then you keep it super duper duper rough, and work fast and rough, and rely on your key drawings a lot. Like, it's better to show something than it is to show nothing. So even if you can't get it completely done in that time, if you can show them roughs, then hell yeah. And Tib, that's really cool that you've set up a morning schedule for yourself. Sometimes I feel like the more you give yourself to do, the easier it is to get things done. Like, I think sometimes it feels like if you have only one thing to do in a day, it's going to be easier to do it because you'll have more time for it. But I think sometimes that ends up making you procrastinate more. You feel like you have endless time to do it, so you can kind of take it a bit easier. Whereas if you have to kind of cram stuff in a bit more, then there's more of a sense of urgency to the tasks. If that makes sense.
Hi,
So
India.
sometimes scheduling a bunch of stuff. What?
Sorry. Oh, you guys can't see it. But India's just like on the test scene that I'm running. India's just like this at me.
Oh.
Give me a key.
Yeah, I'm the same, Tib. Like, it's actually somewhat harder to do the comic thumbs when there's less to do in a day.
Because the task can just sort of expand into the time.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, I should make sure that I like do the dishes since I have time today and do that and go shopping and do this and make this, and then I look at the clock and it's like 4 o'clock PM and I'm like, I haven't done anything yet. I'm like, oh no!
Okay. The ball command is going away.
The bald man.
The ball command.
Okay. I was like, where? I didn't see him. Yeah. Well done, guys, for enjoying ball. That's the last time you'll ever see it.
Wee.
Hi, Doig. How you doing?
I'm doing alright.
Having a drift.
Yeah.
Tokyo Drift. The Doig and the Swift 2 Tokyo Drift.
No way! I can't believe this!
Thank you for the sub.
Hey, thank you very much.
Official Hex Frog. I appreciate it.
Official Hex Frog. Cool name.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for subscribing. That is super cool.
Close your eyes. Get some rest. I'm by your side. Lay your head on my chest.
Who was the most thankful night of the round table? Was it Sir Thanks a lot?
Now you've had a really bad
Did I get it?
You got it.
I am the pun king. I got one joke. I peaked.
You did it.
Did it.
Well done, India.
Thank you. Thank you, Pablo, for setting me up. I am the pumpkin. Thank you, Pablo. The pun king. Oh no. What if I have a pun kink? I am the pun king. And I've grown so tired of the same old thing. For all those Nightmare Before Christmas fans out there.
We're gonna be e.subscription.
So it's Balin's Wonderland for the Switch. It might be PlayStation 5 exclusive.
Oh, we'll just need to get a PS5 for it then.
If it's PS5 exclusive, then I've got no chance. So
It's 11 a.m. India. We should go.
You're right. We should go. I lost track of time.
I am the one who saw the time.
It was I.
I am the one who decided to leave.
You're the time king,
You are the pun king, and you're the pun king.
king of all time. Okay. Well then, I guess we'd better go. I said that I was going to do wind today, but I ended up doing electricity instead, so I'm sorry for misleading everybody.
You made me a liar.
Yeah, I also spent a good half of the stream just drinking tea and looking at animation desks.
And talking about songs.
But sometimes you have to. I don't like the look of that. I'll change it tomorrow.
We can't see it. You have to center it on your screen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're also in the way.
I'm sorry.
Someone clear out India.
Is that better?
Then we get out of the way.
I'm trying.
Get out of your own way, India. Save us from yourself.
It's hard now that you've condensed the screens to like figure out where on screen I should be.
Put it in the middle of your screen.
It's more or less there. So, I did the lines, basically the speed lines on the blast, but I don't like them. So I'll redo them tomorrow. They didn't look the way I was hoping they would look. So, time for that good old trial and error. I think I'm probably going to do them on 3s tomorrow instead of 2s to offset the timing a little bit. And I might try and make them more consistent and slower. So that there's a contrast to the electricity. Because I think it'll look nice to have something more consistent while the electricity is going.
I think...
So I'm going to do that.
Is this going to be a better screen? Or is it just broken? It's kind of just broken.
We'll fix it.
Nah.
But we'll fix it off stream.
When does the Doigswift movie come out? 2026.
Yeah. Tiv, I need help. I'm terrible at this. But I'm learning a lot through trying to do it, you know? So
Yeah, maybe you
very
could...
kind of you. Thank
Maybe
you.
you could pop it into the Discord and get feedback on it.
I
If you
could.
want. Unless you don't want feedback.
I would like to get it so I'm happy with it first. So that the feedback that I receive isn't just confirming what I already feel about it.
Yeah, that's fair. If you know what you want to...
You know, once I'm happy with it, then every feedback I get is going to be me learning something new that I didn't know was off.
Yeah. What I meant to say is unless you don't need or want feedback yet.
Yeah, I don't want it just yet. I mean, I do in the streams. You're welcome to give feedback, but I'm not gonna put it in the feedback channel yet.
No.
Who are we raiding?
Oh. I don't know.
There's Max is streaming and Beazle
That's
is
true.
also streaming. These are the two that I am also following.
Da, da, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Do, 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 do,
Okay.
do.
Choose someone, Mike.
I am in the process of doing that, India.
Choose somebody. You gotta choose somebody.
Okay. There's someone called Sensei Danny who looks like they're working on a comic. I think they're Spanish. I think what happened was I raided someone and then they immediately raided this person, so I was like, oh cool, I'll give them a follow. So I've never watched them yet, but they look super cool.
Alright, let's do it. Discover someone new.
Discovering someone new over the horizon now.
Sailing through the air to see what they've been doing. Wondering what they are drawing today.
And appreciate you all coming by this morning. Hope you all
thanks, guys.
have a good day, and may the rest
Of your day.
be filled
Live.
adventure. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.